welcome back to Car Alerts. In a world full of high-performance machines, the 2025 Porsche 911 Sport Classic is a rarity that doesn't just drive, it delivers a deep emotional experience that stirs the soul of every car enthusiast. It's a nod to the brand's rich history wrapped in a meticulously engineered modern package. Porsche didn't create the Sport Classic for the masses. This model speaks to a specific kind of driver, one who values heritage as much as horsepower. Every inch of the car reflects a conscious decision to stay connected with the past while pushing the limits of what's possible today. From the moment it comes into view, the 911 Sport Classic asserts its identity without a single word. Its design echoes the iconic 1970s Carrera RS with breathtaking precision. A twin-dome roof immediately sets the tone, separating it from more typical 911 silhouettes. The shape draws your eyes into the details, each of which is finely sculpted with deliberate retro elegance. Unlike the standard turbo models, this Sport Classic omits the usual wide air intakes up front. In their place are clean surfaces that enhance the timeless, uncluttered aesthetic. The front apron integrates LED matrix headlights with darkened elements for a sinister edge, while the fixed lip spoiler adds a dash of aggression. A subtle gold-colored Porsche badge stands proud against the signature sport gray metallic finish, a color that further enhances its classic undertones. A closer look at the hood reveals a racing-style black stripe offset to the left, not just for contrast but as a tribute to vintage racing liveries of the past. It's bold without screaming. Viewed from the side, its retro appeal grows stronger. The signature wide rear haunches suggest power lurking beneath the surface, yet the lack of rear intake scoops preserves the model's refined lines. The double bubble roof design flows beautifully into the rear quarter, a tribute to vintage racing cars that needed clearance for helmets. The center-lock Fuchs-style alloy wheels stand as a homage to motorsport heritage, finished in black with polished faces that radiate a purposeful presence. Wrapped in high-performance rubber, they fill the arches perfectly. The gold Porsche side script is delicate but significant, reinforcing that this car isn't just a piece of machinery, it's a rolling tribute. Even the side mirrors take on a more rounded, vintage look rather than adopting the modern angular shape seen on other 911s. At the rear, the 911 Sport Classic becomes even more dramatic. A ducktail spoiler, perhaps the most distinctive element, rises from the tail end in tribute to the original Carrera RS 2.7. It's more than just styling, it provides downforce at speed without a movable rear wing, preserving the purity of form. A continuous light bar runs across the rear deck, modern yet seamlessly integrated into the heritage theme. The twin oval exhaust outlets are finished in black, tucked cleanly into a custom rear diffuser, letting you know this isn't just a design study, it performs. Gold badging carries over to the rear, where Porsche and 911 Sport Classic are proudly displayed without being gaudy. The bumper design is exclusive to this model, further separating it from the mainstream lineup. Interior stepping inside the cabin is like entering a carefully curated museum of Porsche legacy blended with today's technology. The cabin wears Pepita houndstooth fabric inserts on the seats, doors, and dash, referencing classic Porsche interiors from the 1960s. These patterns contrast beautifully against the semi-aniline leather finished in a unique combination of black and classic cognac, dyed with natural pigments for a warm, timeless tone. The seats are 18-way adjustable, heated, and ventilated, offering full modern comfort within this vintage-styled space. The dashboard remains familiar in layout, dominated by the 5 classic gauge rings, but with digital refinement where appropriate. A centrally placed tachometer carries the iconic redline at 7,200 RPM, keeping the driver connected to the engine's heartbeat. The steering wheel is trimmed in smooth leather, unadorned by excessive buttons, placing focus back on the act of driving. Even the infotainment system, though fully functional with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, tucks itself discreetly into the dashboard, never overpowering the classic ambience. The roof liner is finished in perforated suede, giving the interior a tactile richness, while the doors feature pull straps instead of traditional handles, another race-inspired detail. Behind the front seats is a custom luggage shelf, trimmed in matching leather, replacing the usual 2+2 configuration with something more befitting its purpose. Performance: Porsche made no compromises in the way this car performs. Powering the 911 Sport Classic is a 3.7-liter twin-turbo flat-six engine sourced from the Turbo S but re-engineered to produce 543 horsepower. What makes it truly special is that it's exclusively paired with a 7-speed manual transmission, no PDK here. This gearbox, coupled with rear-wheel drive, delivers a level of driver engagement that's nearly extinct in the supercar world. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour takes just 3.9 seconds, but the raw numbers barely capture the experience. The clutch is firm but communicative. Shifts are short, mechanical, and rewarding. The throttle response is razor-sharp, thanks to revised ECU tuning and a lighter flywheel. It feels organic, analog, alive. The exhaust note is deep, rich, slightly muffled at idle but barks aggressively under throttle. The chassis is tuned for balance rather than all-out grip, offering rear bias dynamics with subtle oversteer that skilled drivers can exploit. The suspension borrows elements from the Turbo S but adopts softer springs and unique dampers to make the car feel more compliant on public roads. Porsche Active Suspension Management (PASM) remains standard, but the setup favors driver enjoyment over sheer cornering force. Braking duties are handled by carbon ceramic discs with yellow calipers, offering fade-free performance while reducing unsprung weight. The steering is electric but maintains a surprisingly analog feel, with weight and feedback that inspire confidence through every turn. This car is not produced in large numbers, nor is it available to everyone. Porsche limited production to just 1,250 units globally, ensuring its place as a collectible from day one. As of release, the 2025 911 Sport Classic carries a base price around $275,000, though most examples will leave the factory well north of that figure due to customization options. Buyers can select bespoke paint, custom leather trims, contrast stitching, and exclusive Porsche exclusive manufacturer enhancements. Given its rarity and the heritage tie-in, prices on the secondary market are expected to rise rapidly. This isn't merely a car you drive, it's a car you invest in, live with, and admire from every angle. Yet it never feels like an artifact. It's built to be driven, to be explored, to be pushed to its limits. Experiencing the 2025 Porsche 911 Sport Classic is like reading the final chapter of an epic book written over decades. Every corner, every gearshift, every mile feels like a celebration of what Porsche has always stood for: purity, precision, passion. This is not a car for everyone, nor does it try to be. It's a rare breed crafted for a select group who understand that driving isn't just transportation, it's theater. With its iconic styling cues, manual gearbox, rear-wheel drive purity, and turbocharged muscle, the Sport Classic doesn't chase trends. For those lucky enough to own one, this car offers more than exclusivity. It brings you closer to the raw essence of driving in a way modern vehicles often fail to replicate. It's a Porsche for purists, a time machine for modern roads, and a reminder that some things only get better with age. The badge may read 2025, but every detail of this machine echoes across generations. This is the 911 distilled to its purest form. This is what happens when history meets horsepower in perfect harmony.